think we got 3 or 4, and you know, that's when I had Danielle in here and hired Danielle specifically for that. So.
So is Judith going to go to regional centers and tell them that we have this vendor?
You know what, Judith, and you know, you can ask her more about this. I know she's going to be out there, you know, trying to get referrals, hustling for the program. Now, the family support services, I don't know how much Laura is aware of it.
Okay.
I don't know how much time anybody spent on it. All I know is I'm not in the loop on it so much anymore because I'm doing these other statewide initiatives, you know, other things that we're looking at with mental health. So it kind of went by the wayside, particularly when they didn't come through with what they had. Because really, we did it. We put it in place because we were asked. It wasn't our own. I wish I could say, oh, it was our own creation to do this great program. And they said, hey, we need it. We really need it. And I think they do.
Yeah.
And I also think that there's a great many more parents that are kind of on the borderline there that maybe don't qualify that could also benefit from the service. So I think there's another group.
And the other factor of that is you have your early start case coordinators, then you have your adult case coordinators. Totally, they may not know.
And they're all set up, every regional center is different.
Yes.
You guys know that, right? You go to one and it's set up that way, the other one, they're all mixed up, they could, you know.
So if it's presented to the adult
Yeah.
consumer case managers, they might know, wow.
Yes, Sangamo Pomona is set up that way. They're a little more, to me, sophisticated, Sangamo Pomona, and how they run and do things. So I think if I just even connect back up with them and have someone, again, you know, you guys don't have the time. We need to think about it internally, you know, with
Right.
Jay and Laura and Judith and I. That's what we need to do on our end. That's part, you know.
And the thing is also, there was only 3 staff in the whole group that were trained for that, and those 3 are not over here, so.
That's a good point. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, yeah. And it just hasn't been revisited. It's kind of, yes.
Lisa, just one thing.
Sure.
Suzette and I are doing a resource fair, and I know we have to talk more about it with Judith. But is there something that we should be doing while we're there to represent that family support services?
Yes. Yes.
Can we get
I'll
like
discuss
a
it
handout
with
or
Judith and Laura.
something?
When is that coming?
This Saturday.
Saturday.
I have one tomorrow.
Okay. The thing is, I need to talk to them because it may be for whatever reason that they don't want to focus on this, that there's not a need there. But thank you for mentioning that. And I know that they do have those from time to time with their different LICA meetings and all their other things that they have. But yes, I'll get more of this and find out what's going on. What's the status? And you're right. If we're going to have it, well, we need to have some staff, right? Right. So who would be doing it? So let me just finish this up and let you guys go. Resources for parents, just kind of continuing on. We mentioned education support groups, professionals providing referrals and doing assessments. There's a great deal more screenings that are being done. There's a lot of online resources focusing on positive parenting. So we mentioned discipline at the beginning. A lot of the new programs are talking about not using, you know, punishment, particularly corporal punishment, again with the controversy and some of the research on that. So we use the term positive parenting and also specific interventions for behavioral problems. Okay, so specific ones that may work with ADHD kids or autistic kids and that kind of thing. Alternatives to punishment. And you guys know this, I just wanted to put this in there, but things that, you know, we all need to know is, again, what constitutes child abuse, the signs of abuse, definitely know the reporting law in and out, being able to assess risk and protective factors with the families we work with, because again, if we want to provide some buffering, okay, what's their capacity, where are their strengths, okay, and where do they need to actually increase protective factors, how do we enhance those factors, and being familiar with resources in the areas you primarily serve. I know some of you, you're all over the map, right? I don't know if that's been worked out a bit more, because I wish it could be. That's hard to have to deal with that too. But definitely trying to be familiar with what child abuse prevention programs are available in the areas you serve. There was a couple things that I neglected to mention, and I want to throw it out there, that the younger the child, remember we talked about those factors early on, and experience of abuse for a young child, the more mental health issues They're more likely when they're younger. Okay? If I'm an adolescent and my mom remarries and I have a new stepdad and I'm abused as an adolescent, more likely behavioral problems, conduct problems. Okay? So just so you know, and we see some differences with that as far as mental health and behavioral. The other thing is, I want you to know that all populations of children are abused. Okay, we see it in all ethnic groups, all economic levels. We mentioned that in our first training. I do want you to know, though, there's more and more research that is being done on children with disabilities. Okay, and we definitely know that children with disabilities, they are more vulnerable, more likely to be abused. Okay, and it's unfortunate because you already have these things kind of, you know, that you're up against, and then you're at risk for that as well. So I just want you to know that we're seeing that they're more vulnerable, more likely to be abused. Sexual abuse, incidence of sexual abuse is higher among those children. So again, if they have some cognitive delays and problems, we're seeing that there's more of a correlation with sexual abuse. And this is not so much with a parent, but you know, a stranger or some provider or some other person that they come in contact with, taking advantage of them. Okay, and yeah, there's children that have certain behavior problems when it's a child that has ADHD or autism. Again, children that pose more challenges for parents, intuitively you could think that's another stressor. Okay, and if they already have this multitude of stressors and maybe they don't have a support network, resources, all of those things, again, it's more likelihood when you have children that have some of these behavioral issues or problems initially. Okay, that's just what we see. Okay, and you may already know that, but I just wanted to point that out. Fill out your evaluation form, and for those of you who are going to be in the afternoon, if you could come back at 12:30. You don't need to come back right after you get your lunch, but you can sit over there and eat and just come back at 12:30. But you four are free. Jan's free. Free from me, anyway, for the rest of the day. But do fill out your form. Yeah, be like,